Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I've got two motorcycles for you today. These are from Toy Alliance. We got the Flame Roar and the Lightning Thunder. Alright, so let's quickly look at the packaging. These are my first motorcycles, like traditional real motorcycles that I've ever gotten from Toys Alliance Acid Rain. Cool boxes. It's like they've got some symbols here. I'm not sure what these mean here. And there's some cool photos here on the back. There's the bike. Looks like it comes with a flag. It says it has an option here, I think, for a back seat. I think that's what that's showing there. This one's red. And this one is black. See there, it looks like it has an option for, I think they said that was a gas stove or like a cooking, something to cook food on. But yeah, it's black. See that there. All right, so let's get them open. I do have some 118 375 motorcycles to compare these to, and so we'll do that, but let me get these open first and I'll be right back. You know, I just realized right before I do that here, let's take a look here. It does give you the contents of each box. This one, it says it comes with a motorcycle, Flame Roar, a teddy boy, flag, cycling, back seat, and a connector. This one comes with the motorcycle, Lightning and Thunder, 2 beer bottles, and an Action gas stove. Yeah, so that's what that is there, stove. And then you can see there clearly what is in the box. Okay, so now let's get them open. All right, so I've got them open now. They both did come with directions there, but it's fairly self-explanatory, I think. When I did open the boxes, they did have this really cool sort of backing metallic cardboard piece there with that symbol, which relates to the bike. And this one as well had the same metallic piece with that symbol that's also on this bike. And they're both really nice. They're a little bit smaller, I think, than I expected. They seem to me, just off of hand, I do have some other motorcycles here next to me, and I think that's why I'm thinking this, or I'm saying this, is they seem closer to 375 than 118. Beautiful paint job though on both of them. There's a kickstand, a workable kickstand there. A little bit of translucent clear plastic there. Beautiful bike, really nice. They almost, I think, are exactly the same except for these front pieces here. I'm not sure what that's called. I'm not a motorcycle guy. But obviously different color, different paint, or say details, decals, and the handlebars here. I think everything else is pretty much the same. Obviously the accessories are different. Very nice bike, very cool. Wheels are nice and wide, so it does stand without the kickstand, which you see there, it kind of wobbled over. But very nice bike, both of them. They just do seem a little bit smaller than I think I expected. We'll do a little comparison here with some of the other bikes I have. But let me explain how the accessories, we'll call them, how they connect to the bike. So basically on both bikes, because they are the same, this piece here in the back, very easily, I've already got it off a couple times, just pops off, just like that. And this is a separate piece. Oops, I dropped it. The little clip there. And you can see here on this one, it's a second seat, and it just clicks right in there. That simple. Boom, it's in. This one does come with this flag, this cool looking flag. It's almost got like a spear tip at the end. This is articulated. I'm not sure why. And there's 2 slots here actually for 2 flags. And it just pops in. Slides right in. Whoops, that one popped out. I had it on the other side earlier when I was doing this. So put it back. So there you go. That is the Flame Roar with its second back seat and flag. Let's try this one now. Same idea. Just pop this back off. You just get your nail in there. Just pops right off. And this sort of gas stove looking thing just pops right in. That easy. And it's got 2, we'll say they're wine bottles. They just go right there. And there you go. That's it. I think I definitely like the flag more than I like the stove. These bottles themselves, though, are cool, like to use for something. And the stove's cool too. It does have a few little like carrying options there. So you can hang. Whoops, they just fell off. They don't hang quite snugly. They do just sort of hang, so they will fall off just as you just saw. But they do hang from the back. I'm not sure what these slots are for. I guess you could, let's take the flag off here. I guess you could take the bottle off, maybe hang something there. I'm really not sure. Maybe there you go, maybe like that. I'm not sure what, there, oh, it almost went in. I'm not sure what, I guess you could just hang, if you had something that, like with strings or ropes or chains, you could hang something from there. I don't think I'm going to actually use this accessory. I'll use the bottles. I could see myself using the bottles for a photo or something like that. And maybe even using the stove in a shot, setting it on a counter or a tabletop or something. But I don't think I'll really use that accessory. And this one I think is more practical, having a second seat there. But I don't know if I would actually put the flag on it and keep that there. I tend to sort of like it as a single seat bike. So I'm gonna put that back on. But it's a nice option, and the flag is nice. Like, you know, the seat is only really good on that bike, but you could use this flag for something else. You can have someone carrying it or stick it somewhere, you know, plant it to a building or something so it looks like it's hanging. And the bottles could be used. So they're cool little accessories. It's nice that you have some options. You'll see with these other bikes that I have, I think only one of them actually has like a play feature equivalent to something like this. But overall, I like them a lot. We'll put a couple figures on them. We'll see how they look on the bikes. But let's look at the other bikes that I have next. All right, so this first example here, or first comparison, are these 2 bikes that I got from Walmart. They are of, whoops, that one fell, and that's one of the issues with these bikes. They're of that brand. I don't know how to say that, Maisto maybe? These are about $3.99 to $4.99. You can find them at your local Walmarts. What I like about these are that they are real branded bikes. Like this one's a Honda. This one is a BMW. Their price, they're cheap, and there's not that many bikes at the 118/375 scale. And these, putting other figures on these bikes, because I have, you know, played with these before. 375 figures fit much better on these than true 118. And as you can see here, these Toy Alliance bikes are pretty much the same exact size, which is what was surprising to me when I first opened them. But I'll say right off the bat, it might not come through here on the video because these do have pretty good paint jobs on them. The plastic they use, it's pretty shiny, does come across as a nice bike, and it does if you for photograph purposes. But the plastic and the weight, the quality of these Toy Alliance bikes here on the end are much better. And there is a huge difference between something that's $4.99 and something, I think these were $27.99. Huge difference in quality. but not a huge difference in scale. Um, Definitely like these new bikes better, but there is nothing wrong with these bikes. And if you're just shooting photos, it might be cool to have a Honda or a BMW in there because they're known brands, known quantities, where these are obviously, I'm not sure the right word, but they're fantasy, they're made up bikes, even though they do look real, or futuristic even. But very nice, these two new bikes. These, nothing wrong with these. They're easy to find. There's so many. They have Harleys, they've got Kawasaki, every brand you can think of. Like I said, I've seen them anywhere from $3.99 to $4.99. Most major retailers have them. I've even seen them at some grocery stores. But I was always been on the lookout for this scale of bike, and these are the correct scale. But they say 118 on the package, but they're closer to 375, and that's why I believe that these new Toy Alliance bikes, they really are closer to 375. But we'll put some figures on it later and take a look. But I do have a few more bikes to compare these to. Okay, and now for this comparison, I've got a GI Joe Snake Eyes. I believe it was a Retaliation movie bike, and this is a Captain America Civil War Marvel Universe bike. And you can see, I think you can tell right away, these are 118. They fit a 118 figure. They're much bigger than these two new bikes. This is sort of the size I expected these to be when I ordered them, but they're smaller. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just pointing it out. Obviously, if we really look at these, you can see that the paint job, the detail, these are bigger, so they do match the weight. But these are nothing compared to these two new ones. In fact, the smaller 499 bikes, 399 Maisto, we'll call them Maisto bikes, actually paint job and I think it comes through in the video, look like much better quality than these two. They're both Hasbro bikes, I guess is what you could say. But it's the size that's so surprising to me. Definitely like, I think, I've shown you 4 other bikes with these two, so 6 total. These are the 2 best bikes that I have, hands down. Easy. It's an easy comparison. But these are comparable. These are the kind of bikes we had before the Toy Alliance did these for Acid Rain or Annex 2179. Well, I'm not really quite sure what these are, but they could be used either way. But you get my drift. These are much nicer. Detail, paint, sculpt, everything. So there you go. I've got one more bike to compare these to. Okay, for the final comparison, this is the only other G.I. Joe motorcycle that I have, and really the only other motorcycle I have in this scale, and this is the Dreadnought Doom Cycle. This came in a special pack with a Dreadnought figure. I do have it mint on card. I actually bought this cycle separate from someone at a toy show, and I've used it in a couple photos, or one photo or two on Instagram. It's pretty cool. It's a three-wheel bike, but it is technically a motorcycle. It's still the other one I have. It does have a play feature. If you push this button here on the front, I pushed the one in the back. If you push the one in the back, it does open up some blades there. And if you push this one on the front, it does open up some guns and some blades on the back. It does roll really nice. It has got a lot of weight to it. Completely different kind of bike, but again, I think you can see it's harder to tell with this because this is such a big 3-seater bike. This is 118. It seems closer to 118, and these still to me seem closer to 375. They're definitely on the smaller side, but paint, weight, quality, far superior than any of these. This is actually probably the closest one in quality to these two, but completely sort of different. Well, I guess it's not too much. The aesthetic isn't too much. There is some detail there. There's I don't know if that comes in. There's a screaming skull there with a mohawk. It does say Doom Cycle. kind of looks a little bit like that, not too far off. But this is the only other motorcycle that I have at all. I don't collect any other scale. I was going to say at this scale, but this is at all because I don't really have any other motorcycles. But that's my 118 375 motorcycle collection. I now have 2 more. I think these are the best ones yet. I'm really happy that I got them. I do think they're worth the cost, the price, the $27.99, but I think it's each their own. You might find that these are a little too expensive for how small they are. They're a little bit less priced than the figures themselves, but they add to your world playing. Really happy I got them. I can recommend them. I do think they're pretty cool. They roll really well. They've got great paint, cool accessories. Yeah, they're pickups for me. All right, guys, I'm going to take some photos now. I hope you like them. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun. I can tell already. These are awesome. The paint jobs are great. I know they're going to photograph well. Thank you for stopping by. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.